In this video, we're going to be talking about the huge market crash that is happening right now in NBA 2K22 Myteam. As you guys know, Season 7 was yesterday, and they did drop these new Fearless packs that have Dark Matter Hero Kobe Bryant, Hero Giannis Antetokounmpo, Dark Matter Baron Davis, Dark Matter Jalen Green, Invincible Penny Hardaway, Invincible Kobe, so many good Dark Matters and Galaxy Opals. And obviously when a new season comes out, the market is going to crash like crazy. Obviously you guys can see by the back, home screen, it is going to be Return of Heroes season number 7. So the packs were really good. Obviously we got Giannis, Kobe, and some other really good Dark Matters as well. So now to be talking about the market crash that is happening right now in NBA 2K22 Myteam. Some guys I do want to check the prices of is going to be Ben Simmons, and as you guys can see, Ben Simmons is going for under 350,000 MT, which is obviously going to be way lower than he was probably about a week ago. Looking at Yao Ming here, he's still going to be relatively expensive, and I did expect that to happen because I think Yao Ming is still the best center in my team, and I think he will be for a good amount of time. I told you guys to invest in Yao Ming, or at least hold on to your Yao Mings if you guys did have him, and so far that investment looks like to be paid off because right now a base Yao Ming is going for 550,000 MT. So Yao Ming still held his value pretty well. Looking at guys like Luka Doncic, I think he's dropped a little bit in price as well, even though Luka's still really good. I mean, this one does have, 6 extra Hall of Fame badges. Yeah, Luka didn't really drop that much. You might be able to get Luka for like 400 to 450,000 MT, where before the season came out, he was like 550 to 600,000 MT, at least for the signed version. Looking at guys like Wilt Chamberlain's sign, he is going to be less than 200,000 MT, which is honestly a great price for probably the second best power forward in my team. And then LaMelo Ball, he took a massive hit as well. You can easily find a LaMelo Ball for under 200,000 MT, which is actually crazy, man. I know he's not the best. He's not, as good as we thought he would be, but I mean, LaMelo Ball is still a very good point guard for around 200 to 230,000 MT. So some of those cards did drop in price as well. Even a guy like Michael Jordan, who's been the most expensive, best card in the game for a while, he's down to like 750,000 MT. If you guys have ever wanted Michael Jordan, now would probably be the best time to pick him up. Probably going to be the cheapest he will be for a while, unless we do get Invincible Michael Jordan, which could happen in the next couple weeks. You never know. Maybe in 2 weeks we will get his updated card, and then obviously this card's price will tank in value. But right now, Michael Jordan might not be a bad pickup. This out of position Giannis crashed like crazy, but that's mainly due to the fact that he got another Dark Matter, which is kind of crazy, man. We now have 2 amazing Dark Matter Giannis's card, which is kind of crazy. Looking at the power thin set, we'll look at guys like Kawhi. Kawhi really hasn't really moved in value that much. Yes, he's dropped, but I feel like guys really aren't trying to buy Kawhi Leonard unless you're like a big Kawhi fan or a Raptors fan or maybe like a Spurs fan. Looking at guys like Luka Doncic, power thin, he has definitely dropped in price a lot. LeBron James, another guy who's dropped in price like crazy. You can easily find his power thin for under 200,000 MT. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, he's kind of stayed around the same price. You might be able to get him for like 100,000 MT less, which I guess is still a pretty big market crash. D-Rob, he has dropped in price like crazy. Now you can find his power thin version for like 65 or 60,000 MT. I mean, you guys kind of get the point I'm going with. The market has crashed like crazy. Zion Williamson, he's barely above 100,000 MT. You can maybe even find one for a buyout over the weekend, which is kind of crazy, man. Zion has been like 200,000 MT since the time he came out. And then looking at the more newer cards like fan favorites, if we look at a guy like Kevin Durant, he's down to like 250,000 MT. We look at a guy like Kristaps, he's down to like 200,000 MT as well. Actually, wait, Kristaps went up in price. Never mind, Kristaps is back up to 350K. Wow. Okay, so Kristaps maybe hasn't gone down that much in price. Kristaps has stayed his value, maybe even gone up in price a little bit. So if you guys have Kristaps like me, maybe might not be a bad time to sell, to be honest with you. Looking at Supernova cards, Magic is going to be super cheap. He is barely over 100,000 MT as well. AK-47, he is going to be super cheap as well. He is barely over 100,000 MT. And probably the same thing with James Harden. Yeah, these cards, all these Supernova cards are just barely going to be above 100,000 MT. You could probably very easily find a James Harden for a buyout, which is kind of crazy because a week ago, this card was going for at least 200,000 MT. Looking at the new Invincible cards, Penny Hardaway's price check, he's going to be around a million MT. Looking at a guy like Kobe Bryant, he's going to probably be 1.6 to 1.7. Looking at Shaq, he's going to be 1.1 to 1.3. Scottie Pippen's going to be more on the cheaper side, probably around a million MT. Giannis is easily going for over 2 million MT. Kind of to be expected. He's probably the best small forward and maybe even the best card in my team right now. So definitely deserving that he's going for around 2.3, 2.4 million MT. Looking at the new Fearless cards, these cards are actually very cheap. You can get all of these guys for a buyout. So if you guys want a Jalen Green, you guys want a Joe Johnson, or you guys want a Baron Davis, all of these Dark Matters are going to be buyouts. And then looking at the Return of Heroes, surprisingly, these cards are actually fairly cheap. I got my Giannis Antetokounmpo for 450,000 MT. Right now though, you can probably get one for 450, 500,000 MT, which I think is great value because he's still probably the best small forward in the game. His Invincible and his Hero version, probably the two best small forwards in the game. And then even guy like Kobe Bryant, you can easily get this Kobe for around 300 to 350,000 MT. So if you guys want to buy cards, now is going to be the best possible time. If you guys have been saving up a lot of MT, I think now is the time to splurge and build a really good God Squad. If you guys for some reason want to sell some cards, definitely do not sell right now. The market is probably the lowest it's ever been in a while. We've always been predicting a huge market crash, and finally the market crash did happen, and a lot of cards have become a lot cheaper. Even these takeoff cards are down a little bit in value. They're going to hold their price range because they still are decently rare. You know, like Draymond, he might be around 80,000 MT, maybe 75,000. So if you guys want to buy your cards, now is going to be the best time, probably in like the last 3-4 months. This is probably the best time to buy. If you guys want to sell, honestly, I think you're gonna have to wait it out for another week or two until the market does rise up a little bit. But I think we're starting to get into endgame. I think the endgame is definitely near. So I think over time, a lot of these older Dark Matters are going to drop in price as we do see more Invincibles. We see Invincible LeBron, Kawhi Leonard, Michael Jordan, and then eventually the Bol and the Taco Falls is going to crash the market like crazy. So that is going to be it for the video. Let me know in the comment section down below. Are you guys looking to buy a team? Are you guys looking to sell your team? Let me know in the comment section down below. Hopefully the video did help you guys out. If it did, make sure to drop a like down below. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.